Hello everyone, this is a quick and dirty explanation of the camera zoom shot function of the Magix video editors. Camera zoom shot allows you to zoom in on a particular area and stay there for a bit and then zoom back out again. First off, due to a slight bug, you need to activate the size of position and rotation feature first to get the keyframe area active. So before you start, click on size, position, rotation, and then click on apply effect, and the keyframe control panel becomes active. Now we can go to camera zoom shot. Click. There are various presets for the camera zoom shot function which we're not going to use in this tutorial, so these are really basically just aimed for preset movements over, for example, a photo. If you're doing the Ken Burns effect, zooming and panning across a photo, but for active tracking and zooming on particular areas, I don't use those at all. So all we need to do is click on camera zoom shot, and you're in the function. What I'm going to do here is zoom in on the goalie for a few seconds and then zoom back out as a basic demonstration of how it works. And with the feature, you need to set up 4 keyframes. The first keyframe is the starting picture, which is this one. So what I'm going to do is bring the play marker. You'll notice that the keyframe animator area has got a play marker as well as the main timeline, and they both do exactly the same thing on this particular object. So I'll start. The main picture obviously starts at the start, and you bring the play marker along until you want the zooming effect to commence. So this area here is showing the original frame. And what we need to do is set the first keyframe, which we do by clicking on the keyframe plus button. Click, and there's our keyframe. Now what that means is that in this area here, the original picture, or this setting, this frame, will be held until you get to this keyframe at least. So this keyframe defines this crop box. Now we want to zoom in on the goalie. So what we'll do is set the play marker along a bit, not super critical. This time here is the time it's going to take to zoom from full frame to the zoomed in position. And once we've positioned the play marker, we just change the size of our crop box. And notice that it's in the ratio of the movie. Can't be changed. It's always the ratio of the movie. And we just left drag our box around until we set it exactly where we want it. And you'll notice that Magix has inserted a keyframe which represents that crop box. Shush. Now if I do a quick test on it, I'll just go back a bit and you'll see the crop box coming in on the goalie. I'll just go back here and play. And there we have our zoom in effect. Now the next keyframe, which is keyframe number 3, is the ending point for our zoomed in crop box. So we'll take this play marker along a few seconds. As you can see, the units up here for this particular one is 5 seconds per blue dot. So that's about 5, maybe a bit longer. And I'll now create another keyframe, which is effectively the same as this one because the crop box, I haven't moved the crop box and it's the same size. So by clicking on the create keyframe, I've just created another one which is the same size as this one. And the 4th keyframe is zooming back out to the original or the final position. So I'll just put the play marker along a few seconds and I'll change the crop box back to where I wanted it before. Now there's I think there's a way of getting this thing to go to full screen without having to do this rigmarole of manually dragging out, but I'm not sure what it is. Be nice if there was a button that you could click to go straight back to full screen. Anyway, so now we've got our zoom coming from the zoomed in position, going back out gradually to the full screen position, or the original position. I suppose what you could actually do, thinking about it, is copy this keyframe here, the start point, and put that up here. Yes, all right, I'll think about that. So let's have a quick demo of the last two. So hit the play, and there's our zoom back out again. So we've got our 4 keyframes. The first one is the anchor for the original picture. The second one sets the zoom, and the distance between the first two keyframes determines the speed, is the time basically, and determines the speed at which the zoom in happens. The third keyframe is the anchor point for the zoomed in crop box frame, and then the fourth one sets the last or the final position. So when we play it, we'll have a steady picture, a zoom in, a hold, and then a zoom out, and then a steady picture. He's waiting, he's waiting, he's waiting. Give us the ball. And there we have it. Now, obviously, you might want to make some changes to the timing. That's easy. All you do for the timing is just drag the keyframes along, and you'll change the time it takes to get from full screen to zoomed in position by stretching the keyframe out this way, or you can speed it up by closing it up like that. And you can also change the time that the keyframe is on the box is there by changing this one, and also when the effect finally finishes. You can also adjust the size of the box on each keyframe. So just click on the keyframe. You'll notice up here there's arrows to jump between keyframes as well. So if you've got keyframes that are quite close together, you can use the arrow keys to jump between the keyframes. And so go to the keyframe, you can change the size of the box or its location. You can put it over here if you like. Just remember that you'll need to, if you want the box to stay in the same position, same shape, this keyframe here, the ending keyframe, hasn't been adjusted yet. So that's back where it was originally. So the easiest way to do that is to just click on it, click delete, and copy this one by clicking on it. Click copy, and then bring the play marker up to where you want the effect to end, and click paste, and there you have the keyframe that was copied from this one. So the box now has, not over the goalie, it's up in the top left hand corner where you put it, and it stays there. Then zooms back out to full screen. And that's about it on the quick and dirty camera zoom shot effect in Magix Movie Editor Pro. If you've got any questions, put them up on the forum and we'll attempt to answer them. Thanks for watching.